Quasi here. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to eliminate procrastination once and for all, and really how I eliminate procrastination in my life. This video is going to be a follow-up to the one I did previously. If you haven't checked that out, don't even watch this video. Just go up here and click that. That is the most comprehensive guide on eliminating procrastination, the real 80%, the foundations that you need to understand to completely eliminate procrastination. This is going to be the cherry on the top, the subtle things that you need to do to help you get to a place where procrastination doesn't even become a thing anymore. You just get to complete discipline every single day. So make sure you stick around to the very end of this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 tweaks that helped me do this in my personal life and stop procrastinating on my business, stop procrastinating on the things I needed to do to help me get out of my professional career and really take my business up to the heights that I wanted to take it to. Before I begin this video, I want to quickly announce a couple of spots have opened up for the free one-to-one consult with me and my team for the Reality Mastery program. Wait around till the end of the video for the announcement on how to enroll for that. And with that, let's get started. So in this video, I want to talk to you about eliminating procrastination. There are 1,000,001 videos on YouTube right now that you've probably even seen on how to eliminate procrastination. It's not that difficult. It's very, very simple. But it's just that we don't apply this stuff. We don't truly understand it and internalize it. And as a result, we don't use it. So I mentioned to you before that you've got to watch this video to understand the complete guide on eliminating procrastination. And really what I want to share with you is, why procrastination even happens. And the core reason, the core thing behind it is very simple. You just don't have a good enough reason to do something, so you don't do it, right? Without a good enough reason to do something, you will never do it. So it all comes down to, why should I do this? Why do I need to go out there and do organic outreach for my coaching business every single day? Why am I going out there and doing all of these uncomfortable things every single day? Your brain doesn't understand that it's contributing to something, that it's actually giving you a good payoff. If we don't get a good payoff from doing something, we're never going to do it, right? So what we've been trained to do is to do things that give us a short dopamine spike. If we do X, Y, and Z compulsive behavior, insert here, play video games, masturbate, drink alcohol, do drugs, it gives us a dopamine spike and it feels good, right? We do things that help us feel good. Why do I do this? It helps me feel good. So again, there are 2 sorts of whys, right? There's the why that comes from I want to avoid pain, and the why that comes from I want to move to pleasure. Pain and pleasure. So this is a great story, right? Pain is I want to survive. In order to survive, I must eliminate pain. I've eliminated pain. This is good. Gratification feels good. I wouldn't procrastinate on something. If I had to pay my bills or else I would be evicted out of my house, I'd do whatever I can on the last day of the month. This is why you get a surge of motivation, when a deadline is approaching, when you have to submit an assignment or a project that's due. Now you can work 24 hours instead of, starting off at the beginning of the project and working then. You go to the last day of it and now the motivation comes. This just means that you're in survival conditioning, right? It just means that you're motivated by pain more than you are by pleasure. So, in doing a project really well, it could come from 2 places of motivation. I just want to get it done so I can do other things that give me better dopamine spikes. Or I want to do it really well and do really well on this project and impress my peers and my boss, etc., etc. Right, and really get this project out and my business looks phenomenal and my clients get results, whatever, right? So you set yourself these deadlines, let's say if you're an entrepreneur, for all the projects that you're doing, but you just can't do them because you can't get out of your own way, because you're in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, when the last day, when the project was due, the deadline you set for yourself, the end of the quarter, now you just scurry on and just get to 24-hour work days, right? So this is what I mean by pain and pleasure conditioning, survival and thrival conditioning. In order to move from survival to thrival, you must first be in survival. You must first be motivated by pain to understand how to bridge it. Again, please check this video up here. I've made this very, very comprehensive for you, a 30-minute video explaining how the complete system on eliminating procrastination. But essentially, when you're in pain, you can only get up to a certain level. If you come to, I want to create a business, I want to get to freedom, 5K a month, that's it. Pain will get you up to a certain level, but if you want to transcend that level, pain will no longer cut it. If you want to go from 5K a month to 50 grand a month in your business, you've got to go from pain to pleasure. You've got to see a bigger vision. It's got to be bigger than you, right? You've got to think, if you keep thinking about your Lamborghini and your house and what you want and me, it's never going to happen. Like, no one's going to want to work for you to help you pay for your Lamborghini. Oh, I work for Quasi and pay for his sports car. No one's going to want to do that. No one's going to want to buy into your vision, right? So it's got to be bigger than you. That's where you come into thrival and looking at the bigger picture of what you're contributing. This is why businesses that become successful are always focused on the longer term and not making a shorter term sale. Businesses that focus on making a short term sale are the ones that are in survival conditioning. Oh, let's just do this day well. Let's just make a lot of sales today. Let's just make a lot of sales this week. Let's just do a big launch so we can relax for the rest of the year. But that's bullshit, right? That can be a strategy to help you develop and bring in cash so that you can fund it into longer term projects that will create even more value for society. So people start to think from and get stuck in survival mode. This is the difference that separates entrepreneurs who are doing the 5 to 10K months to those who are doing 80 to 100K month, right? It's what helped me move from just staying stuck and getting inconsistent results in my business to getting revolutionary results in my business, right? That only happened because I was able to get out of my own way and I was able to focus on the bigger picture of what I wanted to create with this, who I want to impact, what the mission is. So this is what you've got to understand in order to eliminate procrastination. Understand that there's got to be a good enough reason to do it. If you just focus on your Lamborghini and you're going to get to a certain level, but you're not going to be able to transcend that level. Okay? So the core thing is finding a deep enough reason that actually helps you get up every single morning and get excited about the projects that you're doing. Because if you don't get excited, you're not going to do these projects ahead of time. You're just going to wait for the pain to get strong enough so that when the last minute comes, that's when you do it. Okay? So now I want to share with you the 3 keys. Okay? These are the foundations. I'm giving you a brief overview here of the foundations you've got to understand. Finding a deep enough reason, crafting that 80%. What I'm sharing with you is going to be the 20%. If you watch the last video on this, you're going to be a master over procrastination. It's never going to happen ever again. Okay? So now I want to share with you the 3 tweaks that'll help you gain that cherry on top of the cake. Tweak number 1. Everyone falls into this, mostly entrepreneurs. Downside elimination. What do I mean by that? Think about it this way. Any task you're thinking of, you're not doing it, you're procrastinating on it because you see too many downsides with it. You look at that task, you're like, oh, but that could go wrong and that could go wrong and this could go wrong. Oh, but I got to change my website now. I got to change my funnels. I got to change my call scheduler, etc., etc. So you think about all of those things and now you're like, oh shit, there's so much work to do. Instead of looking at that next piece of work, you look at all the downsides. So in order to get out of this, you've got to start to consciously look for the upsides. What good can happen out of me doing this? So to give you an example, whenever I would make YouTube videos, back in the day, I would procrastinate on it. I wouldn't be able to make my videos because I would just look at the downsides. I'd be like, oh, what if someone says this about this though? Oh, but I'm not really, that kind of person who would make a video like this. And why would they listen to me? There's so many other people out there. Blah, blah, blah. All of these downsides that I would look at. And because I kept focusing on these downsides, the weight became too heavy. And now I just wouldn't be able to move forward and do what I needed to do. So I started to switch that focal point from what could go wrong if I did this to what could go right if I did this. If I just made this one video, I just need to make this one video. If I made this one video, it would actually contribute to the 300 videos I would go on to make throughout the next couple years. And out of those 300 videos, if I just keep making one video after the other, I know it's going to compound and build me an audience, which will build me a successful business, which would eventually lead me to success. This one video that I'm going to make is going to give so many people value. Not people right now, even if I have 5 or 10 subscribers. Because this is what happens with people who start up a YouTube channel. They give up because they're like, oh, what's the point? I don't have a lot of people to watch my videos. Oh, 2 people are going to watch it. So what? I have a video from like 2-3 years ago. The second video I ever made, I just looked at it now. All of a sudden it's going viral. A lot of people are watching it. It has like 50,000 views on it, right? So what I'm trying to say by this is you never know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Your shittiest video, the one you don't even feel good about doing, that could just go viral. That's what's happening to me. Like one of my old videos, which I wasn't even me, I was just some other guy just trying to put on a shtick. That's just going viral. Because back then I wasn't even comfortable being me and expressing myself, right? You never know what could happen when. Why not just give life the opportunity? Why not just keep doing and keep showing up? All you need to do is just show up. That's your mission. Your mission is just show up. Just show up, do what you've set out to do, and leave the rest to nature. Nature is a perfect system. It'll take care of it. Your mind doesn't understand what is possible and what's not possible. Nature does. Just make the intention, show up every single day and follow through with your intention and just watch it happen. Maybe it doesn't happen today. Maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow. Maybe it doesn't happen 3 months from now. Maybe it doesn't happen 6 months from now. Are you going to complain if a year from now everything that you've wanted happened because you've just said, you know what, it's okay if it doesn't happen today and tomorrow and 3 months and 6 months from now, but it happened a year from now? Or are you just going to give up and not do it at all? So that's what you've got to get a perspective on. It's just you're building something. What people forget is, oh, this is it. If this is not it, then it's not it, and I quit and everything sucks. They place too much importance on that one activity. Oh, I don't feel good today. I don't want to make videos. Me, so many times. Just do it anyways. Let's see what could happen if I did this. Let's see where we could take this. Let's see how shitty this video can be. Let's see how terrible this video it can be. And even when I just came out of that attitude, my whole importance and how much meaning I put on this one video just gets shattered. And now I can do it, right? You just put too much importance and you look at, the whole marathon and the whole 30 miles you got to do as opposed to that next step you've just got to take. Okay? Just look at that next thing you got to do and look at the upside of it. What's the good thing that could actually come out of this as opposed to the bad thing, right? And this is very, very important. Downside elimination. Eliminate all downsides. Focus on what the upside is of doing this. If I did this, what's the benefit? It can be very, very easy to get lost in all the downsides. Number 2, discipline. This is the meat. Most rely on motivation. When you find this good enough why, it's good. It's good up until a couple of days. For a few days you feel super motivated and super inspired and you just go out there and you take action. You're taking action out of inspiration or whatever that is. Inspired action, right? But now this inspiration goes away. And just with the inspiration, you move as well. People who move with their emotions are slaves to their emotions. They're slaves to their feelings and their thoughts. If you're a slave to your feelings and your thoughts, you're going to live unconsciously and live according to that karma that was set out for you. It can be good, or it can just be something that you don't want. Most of the time, people's karmas conflict what they truly want to experience, which is freedom. Everyone deep down inside wants to experience freedom. But they get trapped within their likes and their dislikes. One day things aren't happening their way, nothing works. Man, nothing works. This is why you got to cultivate discipline. The true master doesn't rely on how I feel today. Oh, I feel like making YouTube videos. No, I've disciplined myself to make a YouTube video, 2 YouTube videos every Thursday now. Back in the day, it used to be 7 videos every Thursday. I do 7 videos every Thursday, edit 7 videos, and release 7 videos. Now it's 2. I want to make 2 quality videos. Priorities have changed. I don't need to make 7. But back in the day when I was ramping it up, it was discipline, 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 right? Discipline comes through conditioning. You keep doing it over time. You keep focusing on the upsides, what's good that could come out of it. And it gets easier over time because it becomes a habit. But a habit becomes dangerous when you want to grow. because now a habit keeps you constrained in, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. That's just who I am. And when you want to become someone else, now it becomes a problem, right? So you still want to cultivate discipline because it's going to make it so much easier. Just doing the same thing, hammering it on day after day, day after day, setting a routine. It's going to make it so much easier, especially for an entrepreneur. You know, if every single morning at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. you do your most important task and you plan it out a month in advance, every day, 10 a.m., I'm going to do 1 hour of outreach. I'm going to start 10 genuine conversations with people. Boom. That's it. That's all you need to do. Every single Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'm going to work on making a video and releasing it and uploading it. That's it. That's just your only task you got to do. You wake up, you're good to go. You know what you need to do. There's no overthinking about it and, oh, should I do this and should I do that? Just go ahead and do it. Whatever it is, just show up. All you need to do is show up. The more you keep showing up for your word, the stronger your word gets. The more powerful your ability to manifest something gets. Okay? Remember this. The more you show up and you actually execute on your word, the more powerful your word gets. If I tell myself I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. If I'm going to tell myself that I'm going to go to the gym at 7 a.m. tomorrow, I'm going to wake up and go to the gym at 7 a.m. tomorrow. It's simple as that. Because I show up for my word. If I don't want to, do all of those things, then I won't give myself that word. It becomes such a great, powerful thing when you start to show up and execute on your word. That's when your word becomes reality. Number 3, opportunity cost. This is a key reminder. Even if you find that you go to pleasure, right? Sometimes what happens is you lose perspective. We want to use both pain and pleasure. But what happens is we unconsciously get used by pain. We wait for the bills to come. And then we're like, oh shit, now I got to make money. Now I got to go out there and get some clients. We got to wait for a problem to come, right? And then, oh shit, now I got to grow my business. But the real pain is sacrificing on your dreams, right? You're doing all of this fun shit that gives you a temporary dopamine spike. But what you're really sacrificing is that longer term vision. So it's kind of like this. With pain, what we do is we seal up the channels. So let's say this is the channel of intention, right? You're moving towards pleasure and you're looking at that longer term pleasure now as opposed to the shorter term one. What happens is there are leaks in this intention. What pain does is it seals up these leaks. What pain does is it seals up these leaks. How does it do it? You think about it this way. What if I didn't do this? Would I regret this decision? What if I continued on like this? What is the opportunity cost for me to not do this? What is the opportunity cost for me to procrastinate on this and keep putting this off? Seals these leaks. Another powerful question you can ask yourself is, if I'm on my deathbed, would I regret this decision? Would I still have made this decision if I could go back looking back at my life, or would I do something else? So simple. It becomes so much clearer now. If I'm on my deathbed and I look back at my life, would I have regretted this decision, or would I have just kept doing the same thing? If I would have regretted this decision, I'm changing my decision right now. I'm doing something else. And with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope this was helpful. Let's do a quick recap of what we talked about. Today we talked about procrastination, but in a different way. I shared with you the 3 tweaks that'll help you eliminate procrastination. But the big gist I want you to take away is that all of those tweaks that I shared with you, they're useless. Setting a morning routine, useless. Setting, habits, etc., useless if you don't have a deep enough why. You'll keep grinding and trying to get to a certain level that you don't even resonate with. You're just doing it because you think you need to do it. You're just doing it because you've seen other people do this. You're just doing it because it seems like a fancy idea. You think you want it. You like to want it. You don't really want it. There's a difference between liking to want something. You put it on a pedestal as opposed to you truly, genuinely want it. It's kind of like, being in a relationship with that hot girl you've always wanted, as opposed to, and you find that she's just completely shallow, as opposed to being in a relationship with someone you didn't really want to be with, but you've just seen that this is such a fulfilling relationship. You know, this other person, she's so awesome, as opposed to that hot girl you thought you wanted, right? So it's kind of like that. It seems prestigious, it seems fancy and shiny, but that's just the outer appearance. Inside, it's just dead. It's not for you. It's not what you wanted. But what we talked about was eliminating procrastination, and doing so by finding your core why. Why are you doing this? What gets you up in the morning and gets you excited to do this? What is that one thing you could see yourself doing for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years and actually being married to? You know? That's your why. And understanding pain and pleasure and how you transition from pain to pleasure, and why you need to transition from pain to pleasure to go from survival to thrival, and actually going from 5 to 10K a month in your business to actually thriving 50, 100K a month, growing past that. And what we shared was the 3 keys and the tweaks to help you eliminate procrastination. Number 1, downside elimination. This was the most powerful thing for me. Instead of looking at the downsides, you become conscious about it. Oh, if I do this, what is one good thing that could come out of it? If I can make this video and it helps one person, I'm going to make this damn video. That's how low my standards are for doing something that I know I need to do. So make your standards low instead of being a perfectionist. Even if this is the shittiest video in the world, if it helps one person, I'll make it. I'm not looking for a video that's going to help a million different people. That'd be great. But if that doesn't come to me, great. I'll just make a video that's going to help at least one person today. That's how low the criteria is for me to do something that I need to do. So you should make it that low, that little. Your criteria for doing something you need to do, the barrier should be that little, so that it's easy for you to just go out there and do it. Because you know you need to do it anyways. But what most people do is they look at the downsides and, oh, this could go wrong and that could go wrong and this person would probably hate it and that person would judge me and my coworkers, etc., etc., etc. All bullshit, right? Number 2, cultivate discipline. A thing that helped me cultivate discipline and create this habit was actually planning tomorrow today. So I look at my life and I'm like, what do I need to accomplish tomorrow in order to be on track with my weekly goals, in order to be on track with my monthly goals, in order to be on track with my yearly goals? What would serve all of those things? What do I need to do tomorrow? And then I plan my tomorrow today, put it on my calendar. Oh, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'll do this, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'll do that. Simple. And then repeat, rinse and repeat. So an exercise is planning your tomorrow proactively today. Plan tomorrow. There are many other things you can do, many other little tweaks and tactics, but if you understand the 80%, it's going to be so much easier. You'll never procrastinate ever again. This just helps you optimize your productivity, not eliminate procrastination. Number 3, look at the opportunity cost for you to not do this. If I don't do this, what am I sacrificing? On my deathbed, would I regret this decision, having continued on like this, knowing that there was a different way to do things? If so, go out there and do it. With that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope this was helpful. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And also, I'm super excited to announce, as I mentioned before, the free one-to-one consult with me and my team for the Reality Mastery program is now open. Please only sign up if you're serious about working together and taking your life to the next level with close mentorship from me. And who we typically work with are as follows. First of all, professionals who want to transition out, overcome procrastination, but really transition out into doing something that they want to do rather than what they think they want and what society wants for them. And they've tried out the different business opportunities, nothing ever sticks. They always return back to the cubicle. The business opportunities were never the problem. They were in incorrect alignment to receive the right opportunity, and because of that, they always return back to that 9 to 5. People who are entrepreneurs as well, they're stuck at 5 to 10K a month. They want to scale up their revenues, make more money, go to 20, 40, 50K months, and get to revolutionary heights in their business. And what they're seeing is, they don't have a lack of tactics and strategies or a business model problem, but it's them. Who they are is only worthy of the 5 to 10K months. That's what they keep staying stuck at. Even if they do make more, they return back down to this level. That sounds like you. Make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for the consult. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And also the free Facebook group is open for you to take advantage of. We're keeping this highly vetted, so we only want the right kinds of people in. Make sure you fill up the 3 questions. If you don't, we can't review your application and we can't approve your membership. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Peace.